notice how the song Fear of a Blank Planet ends, the title track. Really cool acoustic and keyboard feature after this just ripping solo and metal part. It calms all down and it plays that part, which is in the key of D minor. The whole song is in D minor, but it focuses on the D suspended second chord. And this leads into the second track on the album, which is called My Ashes, which also starts on a D suspended second chord. The keyboard starts by playing the melody. Right? The keys also play, so voicing that D suspended second. That's interesting, right? So you had the D, then you have like a C chord, right? So it's D suspended second, but it's in D minor, so it's the 1 chord, the 7 chord, all right? That's C. And then we go to, and the keys play to go along with it, which makes it G minor, okay? And that's cool. That's all in D minor. G minor would be the, what chord is that? It's a 4 chord, right? G minor is the 4 chord in D. Yes, sorry for drawing a blank there. We'll come back to that in a second because it is interesting. There's a chromatic line though after that G minor chord. This note comes from the B flat to a B to make a G major. So you have, sorry. Right? So D suspended second, C, G minor, G major. All right, interesting so far. When the guitar comes in, it changes a little bit. The guitar plays the D suspended second. It does not play the C chord. It plays the D suspended second over the implied C chord that the keys were playing. And it's maybe a little extra brilliant because the D suspended second has E, which also the C chord has E. So it makes them blend a little bit, right? So it plays that for 2 measures. Now, you may be thinking, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like a G minor. It doesn't. It plays F. So instead of, which is what you heard in the keys, which is a G minor in second inversion because the bass note is D. It's this, which is a B flat major in first inversion. Again, with the D bass. Everything keeps this D bass throughout the whole thing. So it's interesting that that's different. And then every other measure, this will either play for 2 measures or it will switch to the G and continue that chromatic A. So you get the 2 measures, right? You get that chord that finishes it. And there's an interesting movement there because you have so the high voice goes up while the lower 2 voices go down. Cool, right? So, all the things that I needed, wasted my chances, I have found myself wanting. Right? If you're playing it with just one guitar without the keys, you may feel that C chord is missing, so you could play something like this. All the things that I needed, I wasted my chances. Right, so what I did there is I did a D suspended second, and then I did this chord which was like a C with an open D in the bass, so it kind of blends the two chords together anyway. If you wanted to, if you just wanted to play it with a single guitar. I'm not sure what I like better. So then that repeats, and you end off on that B flat chord, and then you shift into "And My Ashes." So that is super interesting, right? Because you are right. You're here. So what chord is this? So we're still in D minor. It's going to get a little weird in a second. This chord is a B flat major chord with a flat 5, right? Here's your regular B flat major, but then, and then this goes, so you get just metal as hell, really. And the movement getting there is super interesting because these two notes, they're just playing, right? Like this is part of that B flat chord. This goes down to E, the F to E, and then the D goes up to E. So you have, right? And that sounds weird by itself, but then you play the whole thing. You add this bass note too. And it's pretty cool. And this is a lot of tension here. A lot of tension. And it resolves, and my ashes drift beneath the silver sky. Right, so you get this really pretty A chord. Like this wants to resolve to something, and it resolves to the A chord. But now we're in interesting land again because we're in D minor key, but now we have an A major. So something shifted, and it's not 100% clear what, because now we go to G, back to A, and then we repeat. And my ashes drift beneath the silver sky, where a boy rides on a bike and never smiles. And my ashes fall along the things we've said on a box of photographs under the bed. Now, F chord, F major. All these chords have been, they're just pounding major chords here. F major, we get A major, G major, F major, and then after this it goes to D major. This is also weird because, you know, we feel that we get this F major chord, there's an F. So this feels like we're getting back to D minor, because D minor has the F. And the song likes to use the F major chord. But then we follow that F chord up with a D major chord. And back to A. So it sounds weird, but it works, right? So let's look at that again. We're doing blah 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 blah. Okay. Now this A major goes back to that D suspended second, and A is the 5 chord in D minor, so it naturally wants to resolve back down to D minor. So we had this chord, which wants to resolve down to A. We like that, but then we danced around a whole bunch, right? Get back to A, and then A wants to get back to D. And then it basically just repeats. And that is my songwriting analysis of my ashes.